Hello Toronto, I'm Tara from The Healthy Butcher, and we're in store today with Lee Dares from Lee's Provisions. It's an honor to have you here today. This is one of our hottest selling items currently in store and online. It's local, 100% organic ghee. So why don't we just start right away? We're just going to jump into it. We're going to make some ghee on site, and then we'll talk about all the benefits of ghee and what people use it for, and we'll go from there. So why don't we start making some?
So here we have some Kiwi Pure grass-fed butter. This is their top-selling butter in the store, and we're going to use a ½ pound of this butter to make some ghee from scratch. So we're going to use stainless steel. This is unsalted butter. We're using a stainless steel pan and an induction burner to make the ghee. There we go. So that's on, and we're going to turn it on to low heat. It's just going to melt and simmer away.
And how long is this going to simmer for?
For ½ pound, it's probably going to take half an hour to 45 minutes to make. Yeah.
Okay, so it's quite a process, which is why people don't make it on their own.
Yeah, lots of people don't have time to make it themselves.
Okay.
So that's why we've taken the work out of it for you, and we have this line of ghees
So
ready to go.
How did you start? What was the impetus for starting your own company and making ghee?
Well, I was making ghee originally just for myself, and I just loved it. Like, it tastes so good, it's so good for you, and I wanted to share it with other people because I felt like not a lot of people I knew about ghee and all the benefits. So I started my company as a way to share it with other people. I started selling it at farmers markets, and I realized there was a real demand for good ghee. So that's how I started my company.
Great. And everything's organic?
Everything's organic.
And local? Yes. I guess as well, right?
Yes. It's made in Quebec, so it's fairly local.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should we stir that?
We don't need to stir it. We're just going to let it turn it down a little bit more. Yeah.
And
so this is just melting away.
So for people who don't use ghee, so why would you use ghee over butter or oil? Like, I mean, people substitute it now for almost anything. So why would you use ghee instead of? So
the benefit of ghee is that it has a high smoke point, so it doesn't burn like butter. So you can fry with it, you can saute with it. You can do any high temperature cooking with ghee, and it's not going to burn. So it's just like coconut oil or avocado oil. It has a really high smoke point. It also tastes great. So you're going to get the buttery, rich
It's very
flavor.
butter. Like, you only need a little bit of it to get that flavor.
Exactly. A little goes a long way. So you get a really nice caramely, rich, nutty flavor on your veggies, on your popcorn, anywhere you want to. You can drizzle.
Oh, I've never done it on popcorn.
It's really nice.
There you go. Everybody with kids, put it on your popcorn.
Yeah, and it's also better for people with dairy sensitivities because it's lactose free. So all the milk solids are removed, as you're going to see when we clarify the butter.
Okay.
We're taking out all the milk solids, which are the milk protein and the lactose.
Now, you actually told me earlier this morning that you start from cream, but we're starting from butter. So what is the whole, can maybe just explain the whole process, the way you guys make it for
So
sale?
we start with cream. We make it in a dairy plant.
Okay.
And so we start with cream, and then we turn the cream into butter. And then we have a process where for a full day we're clarifying the butter. So it takes 12 hours. This is a very small, very tiny batch we're making. But it takes about 12 hours on a very low flame to make it properly.
Okay.
We're doing about 500 to 1,000 kilos at a time. So 12 hours, really low heat, ensures that all the milk solids are fully clarified from the butter. Then they're strained out, and what's left over is just the fat, which is ghee. And the next day we're infusing it with different flavors, and we're hand pouring it into jars. So it's about a 3-day process altogether.
From start to finish.
Yeah.
And in terms of price point, I mean, a lot of people will pick up a jar and say, wow, that's expensive, but they don't realize you only need a tiny amount of it. And also that, I mean, when we were also speaking this morning, we realized that you lose about 40%. So if you start with a liter of cream, you're only going to have 600 milliliters in the end when you're done of ghee, right?
Yes.
That was roughly the calculation.
Yeah, so you only need about half the amount you use with butter.
Okay.
So if you think of one jar, that would be like twice as much butter that it comes from. And so a little really does go a long way, and it lasts a really long time, so you don't have to worry about it going bad.
Right, so you don't need to put it in your fridge after you open it.
It's up to you.
Okay.
So we say refrigerate after opening, just because that's like a liability measure. Basically, if somebody contaminates the jar and it's on their shelf, it will go bad. So you have to be very careful if you're leaving it on your shelf, just to not contaminate it with anything. Like, always use a dry spoon when you dip into it, close the lid after you use it, just like a jar of honey.
Got it.
And then if you want to prolong the shelf life, you could just, if you're to worry. You can just put it in the fridge. So.
And then let's just talk about the flavors that you have. So, I mean, obviously the plain Jane is the original classic that, you know, you can use for anything. And then you have a turmeric infused and you have a noisette. And I think there's a few others that we don't have, but maybe just tell us what you would use these 2 flavors
Yeah, so the
for.
plain is like the all-purpose. So obviously that's good for anything. You can bake with it, you can spread it on toast, you can put it on popcorn, you can cook with it. And this has the highest smoke point. So if you're using it for high heat cooking, the plain Jane is the way to go.
Okay.
This one has the second highest smoke point. So the turmeric is also great for frying and sauteing.
I guess just if you want a little bit of flavor and
Adds
or
a bit
color.
of flavor, extra health benefits from the turmeric.
Okay.
The ghee, like the fat, actually helps you absorb the turmeric as well.
Interesting.
Because it's fat solubles, and it has a bit of black pepper, which also helps you absorb it.
Okay.
And it adds a really nice color as well. So to rice or to an omelet, it's really, really nice as well. So I use this for like my everyday cooking. It's like my go-to because it's
Okay.
very mild. It's versatile. Kids will eat it. It's very, very versatile. And then this one's more of like a dessert to ghee or like a spread. So it's got a nutty brown butter sort of flavor and a touch of vanilla bean. So it's not sweetened with anything, but it has a really kind of like dessert like sort of flavor. And so this one is also great on popcorn. You can spread it on toast. It's great even on some veggies. Some people do that too because there's no sugar in it. So the ghee is just starting to clarify. You can see it's becoming more transparent. And we're basically waiting until you can see the bottom of the pot. And then once you can see the bottom of the pot, it means all the milk solids have separated from the fat. And then we're gonna wait till they turn a golden brown color, and we're gonna smell a really nutty, delicious popcorn flavor.
It's starting to smell already great in here.
Yeah. Should smell like popcorn. So yeah, and they should be a nice golden brown. So these are the milk solids on top. So you can see how like some of them are starting to turn brown. So that's coming along nicely. And so ghee has been used for thousands of years in Ayurvedic medicine and in traditional Indian cooking. It's a staple in Indian households. Ghee is used in Ayurveda as a medicine, as a skin cream. They even use it for burn treatments. They use it for oil pulling. You can put it in your mouth and oil pull with it. So it has many, many different uses in India. So just have a look here. It's almost there. You can see the bottom of the pot there.
Yep.
And you can see the milk solids on the bottom are golden brown, and they're turning golden brown up here as well. So that's a good sign. We're just gonna wait a little bit longer. There's the 3 layers here. So there's the lactose on the top, which we're gonna skim off.
Which is why then people who are lactose intolerant can have ghee.
Yes, exactly. So it's lactose free. And then the part in the middle is the butter fat, which has all the fat soluble vitamins in it. So that's what ghee is. That's the good part. And then on the bottom we have the milk protein, which is also going to be strained out. So it's going to be kind of stuck to the bottom of the pan.
Amazing.
So we're just taking the liquid part, but then when it cools, it solidifies.
We are going to have the best popcorn tonight.
Yeah. There we go. And so I think it's ready. So we're gonna strain it through cheesecloth. So I just have cheesecloth and a mesh strainer here.
We're going to have a fun time cleaning the bottom of my pan.
Steel wool. We'll get it off. All right.
So there we go. We have our own clarified butter, our own ghee made in-house. With your help, thanks Lee for being here today and telling us about the health benefits about ghee, how to use it, and if you want to buy it online, it's available on realfoodtoronto.com and in stores at the Healthy Butcher.
Thanks for having me.